Hello friends, Reckless here. Today we're going to be going over the 2.0 competitive update for Runeterra. We finally know what the competitive year is going to look like, finally, in March. Alright, let's get into it. So yeah, I'm just going to be reading it. In just a few weeks, we're launching the first official competitive season of 2023, featuring more competitive opportunities, formats, and rewards. Competitive seasons will begin at the start of each expansion and last 3 months, lining up with our quarterly release cycles. Nice little article here. Each season will be full of ways to compete, including daily and new Ruthless Rumbles lasting the entirety of the season, and a Runeterra Open each month. Plus, the season will be the first opportunity for players to earn Runeterra points, a brand new yearly yearly point system used to qualify players for the World Championships. If you need a refresher, check our Competitive in 2023 article. With this update, we want to highlight the competitive side of lore by creating more opportunities than ever for players who want to prove their mettle, whether you're playing a match in the finals of a World Qualifier Open or playing in your 6th win in a common-only special format daily rumble. Games should feel higher stakes than playing in normal or ranked. Don't worry, we still got plans for ranked play. Alright, cool. For each release, we're directing our team's collective power. All collective power towards new features. For patch 4.3, our main updates are new formats, standard, eternal, commons only. So standard's gonna be the rotation that's coming up, and eternal's just gonna be kind of what we have now. And commons only, I'm pretty sure is commons only. Runeterra Open Day 2, cash prizes, new tournament formats, daily rumbles, reward updates, ruthless rumbles, ladder points added, Runeterra points added to ladder. These are used to qualify for worlds, by the way, and World 2023 qualification paths to worlds, tournament format, and World Champion follower card. So the World Champion will get to make a follower card, which is pretty dope. Magic has had that for a while. They dropped it, then picked it back up a few times. New formats. These are the new formats introduced to tournaments this season. Keep your eyes out for the gauntlet schedule and climb for more details. Standard is our newest competitive format, featuring newer cards than Eternal to create a new way to play. Expect to see many standard rumbles and opens, as well as a standard rank ladder. This fresh format will let new cards shine. Vladimir's rotating, so Vlad doesn't get to shine. He gets to be good in Singleton as a nice burn spell though. Eternal is essentially a name for the lore format we know today, where all the epic archetypes that have shown through lore's history can battle it out. It consists of all cards that are in the game, expect Eternal Rumbles and opens later this season! ! Commons Only is a new, affordable, and fun rumble format where players compete with decks built only of common cards and up to 4 champions. Common only rumbles will allow use of eternal cards, allowing any common card to be played in this format. This is Pauper in Magic, by the way. Well, I guess the 4 champion thing is kind of like a weird difference compared to Magic, where it's just commons only. If it just had to be printed as a common once to qualify. Editor's note, we'd love to get your thoughts and gauge interest in these. Please feel free to leave feedback in Reddit, Twitter, etc. Like, I don't know, it's so dumb. Like, come on, you're just asking for interest in Pauper. Like, you're not gonna get rid of Standard if we're not interested in it. You're already way too far in. Runeterra Open Day 2. There will be 3 Runeterra Opens this season, consisting of open rounds on Saturday, followed by a top 64 Day 2 on Sunday, so kind of like the old seasonals we used to have, but opens, and more often. So on mid-April we'll have Standard, mid-May we'll have Standard again, it will be a World Qualifier Open apparently, and then in mid-June we will have Eternals. So yeah, Day 1 of the Runeterra Open will be from 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. shard time on Saturday. I don't know what, I'm sure each shard, APAC and Americas, and I don't know what Europe's is called. I'm sure they'll have their own specific shard time that's kind of in the middle, the King Solomon time for each vertical slice of the world. We're looking to create a wide enough window so that all players may finish their run and start and stop as they please. We recognize this is a shorter window than beta season. We shorten up the time frame to help ensure players are finding healthy matches. In addition, we want the event to end early enough for players to be informed that if they've qualified for the top 64, considering this can affect players' plans for the following days. I guess if you're going on a 2-day camping trip, you know, like Sunday to Monday, I guess it's days, whatever. We're placing an importance on alerting players in a time frame that is as time zone friendly as possible. Cool. Day 2 qualification. Runeterra Opens will cut to the top 64 for day 2, and from there be put into a randomized single elimination player bracket with rounds starting at specified times. So this is really nice, because actually a weird quirk of the old seasonals was apparently it was first versus 32nd, second v 31st, based off of finish and subdivided with that by ladder rank. Now the reason this sucked is it wasn't open to anyone. No one knew this intuitively, but if you did like some API stuff, you could figure it out. So it's just like weird code nerds could figure this out. I don't know if anyone actually ever figured out who their opponent was going to be based off of it. So if you don't declare ahead of time who the opponents are going to be in the bracket, at the very least just having it randomized is a very elegant solution to that. In order to make a top 64 cut, we'll qualify players with the best overall record. For example, all players who are 9-0 qualify, then 9-1, then 9-2, then 8-3, then 7-3. Oh yeah, because it's like 9 wins for 9 wins. Yeah. Dev note: we're aiming for players with 9-1 or better to make it to day 2 with the potential of some 9-2s to qualify. This may vary based on region and what type of open, so we'll be closely monitoring and potentially making changes in the future, and also like how many people are playing, right? Like if there's a ton of people playing, you're gonna have more 9-2s. Probably something they should have pointed out. Tiebreakers. The first tiebreakers is so tiebreakers are basically if like we have like 63 players that are 9-0 and 9-1, and there's one 9-2 to figure out who gets in, and we have 300 people who went 9-2, 9 wins, 2 losses. How do we do it? We use tiebreakers, and how tiebreakers are gonna work is the following. First tiebreaker is a player's game win percentage in the open. Prime Glory wins count as 2 wins. Interesting, yeah. Players with the highest game win percentage make it in. If the list of players is greater than 64, our second and third tiebreakers are Gauntlet trophies, which is, you know, those trophies you get from playing Gauntlet every day, and it makes the track go bigger. And the current Runeterra Open, and I think other Runeterra Opens, will still give you trophies for Gauntlet. And then ladder rank. We know this isn't a desirable tiebreaker, and hopefully they don't come into play, but we'll be able to better assess with data after we run more opens. If you qualify for day 2 of the open, you will have to sign in via the tournament tab before that tournament begins. Playoffs have a separate deck submission from day 1 and a randomized bracket. So one thing I found kind of weird is in Magic we have opponent match win percentage, and I'm pretty sure it's the first tiebreaker. Because basically it's kind of like, okay, if you're both here, who played the harder opponents is kind of the logic behind it, not who curb stomped bad players more. Maybe there's just technical problems with trying to implement the opponent match win percentage. I think it's fairer. But yeah, I don't know, it's fair enough, it's reasonable, and super niche, right? And also there's a lot of extra tiebreaker stuff under your control. The prizes for the Runeterra Open. So if you win, you get $1,000, champion title, top 8 pinnacle board, invitation to mystery event, and you get 12 Runeterra points. Second, 500 board, title, 10 points, third, fourth, 250, fifth, 8th, 125, and just like titles, board for 9 to 16th, some Ruthless Rumble tokens, and some Runeterra points. So now obviously this is different than seasonals, because seasonals only happened essentially once per quarter, was like the loose idea, right? 3 to 4 times a year. These are going to happen more often, but only paying down to top 8 is kind of bloody rough. Like, it's yeah, Editor's note, the mystery event is a mystery. This is an experiment we're running to offer rewards for competitive players that feel prestigious. We'll reveal more information about this in the future, but at this rate, there will be opportunity for participants to interact and even collaborate with the lore development team. I just think because these Runeterra points are going to qualify for Worlds, I just hope the mystery event also doesn't give Runeterra points. Well, I guess it doesn't matter because they're already cute. Ignore that. Yeah, but sometimes, like, if this, like, was the top 8, right, sometimes this can result in the rich get richer kind of systems, where the shift of people coming in and out isn't as much as you'd want. Editor's note, Runeterra Open Day 2 titles can level up, so if you get 2 champions, you get Legend of Runeterra, 5 top 8s Hall of Famer, top 5, you get 5 top cutter, you get the consistent, which honestly kind of sounds like, you know, a cereal your grandparents eat. Daily Rumbles are smaller scale tournaments that happen every day. Daily Rumbles should empower players to experience a variety of formats that differ from ladder, create daily competitions with a competitive feel, give players a practice ground for Runeterra Opens. Hopeful. Coming out of the beta season, we want to... Actually, I guess the Opens are open for everyone, yeah. Coming out of the beta season, we want to adjust 3 major points of feedback: play window, rewards, and competitiveness of formats. As noted in patch 4.2 notes, we extended the play window for the entirety of the season to 10 a.m. to 2 a.m. shard time. Dev note, we're not quite ready to open dailies to be played all day, but we'll consider these changes in the future. Time windows help with matchmaking and also provide open queues and maintain a tournament field. Yeah, so the thing is, like, I don't think the Runeterra player base is super big, let alone the ones queuing up for daily rumbles. And if you have the window just be too wide, like, a lot of the time you might just have people kind of just sitting around at, like, the dead hours and kind of get screwed over. So at the very least, if you just take away that option, you're gonna have less negative player experiences for those, like, smaller subset of people. Arena's had, like, kind of similar issues where they've had things where it's like their qualifier weekends or whatever, you have to get a certain number of matches in by a certain time range, and if you try to queue with like 2 to 3 hours left, you just get nobody, and it's kind of bad. It kind of sucks. We heard player concerns around the price point for rumbles come our launch. As a result, we've adjusted the price for daily rumbles to 800 shards instead of the planned 2,000. Yeah, that was, they were out of their bloody mind with that. That was so silly. We've added green shards to the rewards with hopes to make participation in daily rumbles more sustainable. That's cool. And you get the contender title. I really do think they should tweak the 200 coin thing. Like, I'm down for Runeterra making money and all that, but this is just like super scammy. Like, the normal ratio of like what a coin is to something else is, I think it's supposed to be like, it's not this. I forget what it is off the top of my head. It's been a while since I did a Is It Worth It video. But yeah, it's, you can definitely get more than 800 green shards of EV with 200 coins through other things, but just not for tournaments. With shards as rewards, we hope this enables players to participate more by making them more of a worthwhile investment for both new and experienced players. This is a new tool for players to fill out their collections if they can rank high enough. Yeah, fair enough. You can, in fact, go infinite if you get 5 wins or more per rumble. I think the game is already insanely generous, but hey, giving people another way to, like, if they're super into the game and really want to grind really hard, they can just kind of turbo their collection growth. Ruthless Rumbles. We're also experimenting with a new form of daily rumbles for players who are looking for an extra layer of competition. Ruthless Rumbles. These are not for the faint of heart, so come prepared! Exclamation point. The Ruthless Rumble is a new hyper-competitive daily rumble that is only available the weekend before each Runeterra Open. These new rumbles will challenge you to prove victorious in 5 matches, but if you lose 2 matches, you're out of here. So 2 strikes, you're out. The format will be standard and feature best of 3 matches, so we get some entry tokens. Oh, I guess 500 coins or an entry. Oh, so these cost money. That's interesting. And then if you go 4 or 5, you get 1. You get a good amount of trophies and shards. Might have to do a Is It Worth video on these. I'm Definitely not gonna bloody pay for these. Yeah. With Ruthless Rumbles requiring only coin center, we want to reward players with Rumble tokens to allow all players to participate in them. Earn Rumble tokens through the season reward track. Okay, or by performing well in Ruthless Rumbles. Yeah, but it's important to be able, in theory, it's important to be able to earn a Rumble token without paying money, in order to then earn more. But, you know, if they just want to pay gate it, like, do whatever you want, right? It's a game. It's not a right that everyone gets to play, but I definitely am not interested in paying for Runeterra tournaments. We'd love to work with the community to create sustainable tournaments to keep competitive lore around for a long time to come. No exclamation point. Could he used well, I guess they used the exclamation point earlier. So to go along, seasonal reward track. To go along with the individual Rumble reward changes, we're also implementing a new season reward track with 5 new season badges, 3 new season titles, 2 prime glories. So that's essentially each prime glory gives you a win in a open, I believe, a auto win, Ruthless Rumble tokens, and more. Prime glories earned will grant. Alright, no, I fucked that one up. Prime glories earned will grant wins in every Runeterra Open this season. Since the season is longer than beta, the track will require 550 trophies to complete this time! Exclamation point. Ladder will feature the new standard format and will be available all season. Seasons will be roughly 3 months in length. During the last month of the season, both standard and eternal ranked ladder will be available for play. So I guess they're just gonna keep eternal gated until the last month, which maybe is weird. Maybe I'm misunderstanding that. I don't know. So ladder Runeterra points. If you're top 10 on ladder, I assume this is what they mean. You know, if you're top 10 on ladder, you get 5 points. Top 25, you get 4. Top 50, 3, and top 100, 2. This point system gives players who consistently perform on ladder a healthy bonus, but it's not necessary. But it's not a necessity for players chasing worlds who perform consistently well in tournaments. Yeah, this is it doesn't seem like a lot, but if they award these points every month, it could add up pretty quickly. But if it's only at the end of the season, I guess we'll read on more to find out. Well, we'll once again have specialized player titles for the top 10 and top 100 ladder finishes the season, but can't quite reveal their names yet. We've also added a new title level up for players who push and get top 10 titles in 3 different ranked seasons for the Teddies and J01s of the world. All of your awesome feedback led to this decision to run both Eternal and Standard during the last month of the season. With that in mind, players may get Runeterra points from their best ladder finish in a season, Standard or Eternal, but not both. Okay, so I guess the points are for the season. And yeah. Worlds is set this year, and the best of the best will compete in a 64-player cross-region event held shortly after our December expansion. To qualify for the World Championship, you'll need to accrue Runeterra points through Runeterra Opens and ladder play. Alternatively, you may take a more direct route by winning a World Qualifier Open, held every 3 months, or a last chance qualifier event. Details to come later. We're laying the groundwork for the most competitive and still skill-intensive Worlds yet. Worlds will have a significantly larger international group round, which will cut down our top 64 players to top 16. From there, our grand final will be a double elimination top 16 bracket. We believe increasing rounds of international group play will allow us to crown the absolute best player of 2023. Very good, very good. For qualification, we're heavily rewarding consistency with plenty of added opportunities to moonshot your way into Worlds with a singular superb performance. Check out our breakdown of the top 64 qualification slots for 2023 Worlds group play. So each region has 14 slots up for grabs throughout the year. 3 champion slots, Season 1 World Qualifier Open winner, Season 2 Qualifier Open winner, and Season 3. So that's going to be 3 out of the 14 for each region. Then 2 last chance qualifier slots, details to come, first and second place. So that's 4, right? Or I guess just Oh, it's only one last chance qualifier. Gotcha, gotcha. Yeah. I don't know why I thought there were multiple last chance qualifiers. So yeah, first place, second place, and then 9 slots for seasonal Runeterra point. 9 slots for seasonal Runeterra points leader. So it's top 3 season 1, top 3 season 2, and top 3 season 3. Global, and yeah, so these are the 14, right? 9, 2, 3. So that's 14, and these are essentially like the top players in each shard is gonna get in this. And then globally, because there are three shards, globally there are 18 slots available regardless of region, and these are just the top 18 global points earners that haven't already qualified. So kind of what this system does is like the winners of stuff, they're gonna get in. Top 3 seasonal points people for each season, they're gonna get in. And then anyone who didn't spike a tournament but just had a lot of consistent point finishes are gonna be able to get in through global points. So yeah, that is kind of interesting. And then 4 slots already taken, current world champ, and then the last World Ender seasonal tournament winners. And now we have a nice little breakdown of where you can get points from. 14 EMEA, 14 Americas, and 8. Okay, we got Australia. And APAC, yeah. Plus 18 global, plus 4 pre-qualified, 64. Alright. While this will emphasize in-client official tournament play, we want to provide other avenues for players to earn Runeterra points for a well-rounded structure. Points will be awarded at the end of each season for ladder placement. Okay, this probably could have been up here. Again, maybe I'm blind, but they could have expressly stated that one up there. But, you know, hey, now we know. Maybe I'm blind. In addition to cash rewards for the top 16 Worlds finalists, an opportunity to collaborate with lore developers on future content will be up for grabs for the top 2 players. Devs note, we are exploring ways to incorporate tournaments run by individuals outside of Riot with a new grassroots tournament program. We're not quite ready to roll it out just yet, so expect more details in the future. So these are people like Mastering Runeterra's tournaments, and I'm sure I'm forgetting other people's stuff I've watched, but yeah. Okay, that's pretty cool. Now, I'm gonna complain a little, because Worlds only pays down to top 16, which I think sucks, personally. I think if you qualify for Worlds, you should get money. Also, with Seasonals only paying down to top 8, find it. Runeterra Open's only paying down to top 8, and Worlds Qualifiers only paying down to top 8. This is, like, pretty... You know, only top 8 or better is kind of like the theme of getting money. And like, hey, right, if it's great money, kind of cool. But apparently, under the old system, we're getting $362,000, and with the new system, it's $180. So it's a pretty big reduction. And the Runeterra report, they give a nice little breakdown of that. I did my own little tweet there. And yeah, so I don't know, I guess that's kind of lame, but like, you know, no one's really playing Runeterra. Well, I guess most people aren't playing Runeterra competitively to like make a living, right? It's more just pocket money. Most people are content creators in some regard, or they just, you know, spike $100,000 and it's yacht time. Pass downs. On a more granular note, here's how things will shake out if a player qualifies from multiple avenues. I'm not reading this. This is just like technical mumbo jumbo. It's probably just like, you know, very logical. If you win something here and you're already qualified, we're going to pass that qualification down to someone else, right? Like their whole system is essentially, if someone wins stuff, someone else can get in still. Like, yeah, it's kind of robust in that way. So moving on to the last little bit, what's cooking? The team is also working on a few new features and improvements to existing ones to deliver the best tournament experience to players. We want to be as transparent as possible here as to what we're working on and get your feedback in between so we can double check that we're directing a small but mighty team to invest in what's important to players and to focus our power. We've got several things in the works, much of which is in active development, while others are still being investigated. We can't go into too much detail at this time, but we're working on matchmaking improvements for Rumbles. Thank Jeebus. Free build and other new formats. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Friend challenge for existing Rumble formats. Yeah, so at the very least, like, you know, if you want to play Eternal, you could maybe queue. The way they made it sound like, Eternal wouldn't be available on ladder until the 1 month, but if you want to screw around ahead of time, yeah, but maybe that I'm just mistaken. Upgrades to Masters ranked LP formula. Oh my god, please. I'm so sick of the -25 plus 15. It's so ridiculous, personally. Adding tournament style open deck lists to best of 3 rumbles and opens. Yes, yes, yes. I don't know. Yeah, like I think it's honestly lame that like ladders closed deck list and tournaments are open deck list. Like I think that's already kind of screwy. Improving ways to show off your collectible rewards. Okay, yeah, sure. Experimental mystery event. Yeah, yeah. Grassroots tournament program. The competitive team is a small, passionate team of developers who've been hard at work creating a new landscape for tournament play. We want to create the best possible experience, and we're always open to feedback to help build with players. Thank you for reading the giant wall of text, and catch you next time. Alrighty. So, just to give like my thoughts at the end of this giant wall of text, I more or less like the format. You know, it'd be cool if tournaments like paid down lowers, so more plebeian players such as myself, you know, I only top 32 to seasonals, you know. Maybe like the poor schmoes like us, right? Like maybe think about us and throw us some money. Yeah, I'm definitely interested in participating in this, but now I have like 0 illusions of ever making money because top 16 worlds is so outrageous, especially if you're not part of a big team. Like, your networking is going to be a lot harder. And yeah, like all the prizes are like just top 8, right? Odds are if I do somehow qualify for worlds, though, like I'll have to spike something and then just like grind a lot of Runeterra points. I was pretty close. I was kind of close last year, but I fumbled stupidly to not qualify for the last seasonal and miss. If I went like 5-3, I could have queued. So that was unfortunate, but on the bright side, I probably would have made money in Worlds. But I do think if you qualify for Worlds, if you're one of the 64 best players in the world, I think you should make money. Like, I think it's kind of stupid. Any year, like, that's dumb to me. But yeah, the structure looks good, and there's like a lot of ways for people to interact with this. Zooming out just for myself, so yeah. If you found value in this reading of a giant wall of text, please mystic shot that like button. Here's Scott Zero. Helps push this content to other people. And if you want some more Runeterra and other card game or video game goodness, estimate that subscribe button. See you next time.